Today's show is sponsored by the Solutionist Portal, group coaching, where you'll close the gap between your desire and reality. It is an affordable group coaching plan. Say that fast 3 times. At $97 a month for the first 150 people that join this portal, you will get lifetime access to me, to coaching, to knowledge, success, collaboration, and connection. The Solutionist Portal for passionate entrepreneurs ready to take their business to the next level. Today on Talk to Me, we're talking about the 6 steps for entrepreneurial success in 2024. Hi, I'm Brenda, Solutionist. I see things other people often miss, and today I'm going to be seeing those things with my partner in everything, Lisa, the 15-minute results coach. Lisa, are you ready to close out 2024 and face it with me that entrepreneurs have not been planning like they need to? So today we're going to tell them what they need to do. Or Lisa, guess.
Well, I'm ready to close out 2023. 2024 hasn't started yet, so closing that out a year early is a problem.
You see, I was just saying if you were paying attention. Sometimes.
It's not often, but I am paying attention now.
All right, Lisa, we're going to start with the very first thing. You need to establish your plan for 2024, which doesn't happen for a few more days. But what's going on with your team? What's your plans? Are you a startup? Are you a business that's already there? Whatever it is, you got to establish a plan. And so many entrepreneurs that I have been coming in contact with are just saying they're in overwhelm as they prepare for this upcoming year. And Lisa, you and I have been talking about it for the past 6 months, all of the changes that are coming with this new year. We're saying they need to do the math. They need to have their CTAs, which stands for their call to action. They need to pay attention to the changes for LLCs on January 1. And the newest thing you've been talking about is they need to pay attention to EEAT. Lisa, tell them about it.
Where do you start with all this? Let's start with the last one and work our way forward. Okay. No, so in reference to the January 1st, 2024 change, specifically for the LLCs that now have to go and do a special registration, you have a year to do it, but you want to get it done. It opens up on January 1st. And it literally is just a couple of questions you have to answer. It's all the information they already have. If you have people who have any investment in your business at all, you're going to need to add them as well. That's probably going to take you a little time because you want to make sure all your documentation is correct. And one of the things in reference to the EEAT, so Google has page reviewers. And for the first time last year, they put out the information so that we now know what the page viewers are looking at. And the page viewers, they go and they review the pages. And really what it is to help with the algorithms and the searches. And they make all these changes throughout the year. And EEAT, they used to be just EAT. They were looking to see, did your site have expertise? Did it have authority? And was it trustworthy? Those were the 3 things. They now added experiences on there. And even though Google is going to tell you, and they put it out, that it doesn't affect your page rating, the reality is, how can it not affect your page rating if the page viewers are looking to see and review the pages for information? At some point, the algorithm has to change. Mm-hmm. It wouldn't make sense if it didn't change. So be ahead of the game. I've always said you need to show your expertise. You know what? This is the time to really relook at your website and then decide, do I show any experiences? Which are the experiences that your customer has? Do I have any expertise out there? Do I show authority? Am I on other sites? And then, of course, the trustworthiness. You want to make sure that you are on different websites, not just yours, because these are called backlinks. Mm-hmm. And backlinks make a difference when they're looking at page viewers and looking for your trustworthiness and whether or not you're authoritative in what you do. Are you an expert in what you do?
And I want to stick right there for a minute about the trustworthiness part, Lisa, because one of the things we discovered, because we monitor and assess people's website pages and their social media, I'm always amazed at the paper tigers. I call them paper tigers. Those are people that they look really ferocious or really good or whatever, but when you start the digging, they're definitely not trustworthy. They have no authority. They have no experience and no expertise. So pay attention when you're out there, entrepreneurs, about the people that you are investing your time, your energy, and money. Are they really who they say they are? With a little bit of research, Better Business Bureau, and the like, you can figure it out. Lisa, also in the part of planning for 2024, we wanted to talk briefly about CTAs, your call to action. So many entrepreneurs this year we discovered were not doing calls to action. That was one of our banes of existence when we first started, because we were not asking people to purchase our products or anything. We're just out there doing stuff with no thought to the importance of a call to action.
Yeah. And I think one of the challenges and the reason that people have trouble with it is because people are very uncomfortable asking people to purchase their product. But let me remind everybody that if you've taken the time to create a product, that means that's something somebody needs out there.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it is Brenda's portal, or whether it is somebody out there who is doing accounting or taxes or legal, all of the different things that are out there, there was a purpose and an expertise behind it that somebody doesn't have. And that's why you really do want to do it, not just for yourself, but you want to do it for others. So when you think about your calls to action on your website, they should be in multiple spaces. If you do a blog, you want to make sure you put the blog, a call to action at the bottom of the blog. And I'm going to tell you a secret. I've seen people put it in the middle of a blog.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm
I
like,
put mine on both places, sometimes in the middle, sometimes at the end, sometimes both. I think it's important because when we change our mindset about money and change our mindset about calls to action, we can have an improved revenue plan, which leads me to my fourth thing that I mentioned, which was do the math. Lisa, there are so many entrepreneurs that for 2024 and also did not do it in 2023 have no revenue plans. So when you're planning for 2024, we want you to do the math and make clear goals for your revenue. You may not hit your target, but if you don't have one, how can you even hit it? So please, when you're doing your planning, plan for your revenue. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more about the planning. But right now, I think that's the main four things we want to talk to under the 6 steps for entrepreneur success in 2024. And we're going to move on to the next thing, Lisa, so we stay on time. Our next thing is, what is it? Let's see. It says, create a daily routine. What is your daily routine for your business? Do you have daily action plans? Are you being innovative? What's your leadership routine? What's your entrepreneur? What's your vision, your enterprise, your solution, your future, your growth? All of that can be part of your daily routine. When I established a clear, solid daily routine, that was a game changer for me, Lisa. And it starts right when I wake up by just giving thanks, being grateful for the fact that I woke up. And then I exercise, I journal, I plan my day, have a cup of coffee with you and get some accountability. Having a plan for how I'm going to spend my day has made me more productive and gives me a sense of peace. How about you, Lisa?
I agree, but this year I have to change my plan a little bit. And it's okay. You know what? You have to go until you got it right. But sometimes you do want to change your routine. I've actually changed my routine because there's a couple of things that I realized that I'm not as efficient at. I know it's hard to believe I'm not efficient at some things, right? Yeah, Brenda.
For those of you that don't know Lisa, she is a planner. She will plan. People used to say, I can plan a trip to the bathroom. Lisa can plan a trip to the bathroom. Okay. So yeah.
But I realized that one of the things that I've not done well is I have all these programs, and like the cell phone, and I always use the cell phone as the example. How often do you use every aspect of your cell phone? We don't.
Not often.
And the reality is we're missing out on a lot of really good productivity. So what I decided to do was, starting January 1st, change my routine, because I have to give myself some time to change my routine. And so January 1st, I'm going to change my routine to, I am adding 30 minutes in the morning to look at my computer programs, because I have 1,000 of them plus, and find my top 10. And then each day for a week, I am going to look at the different tools and how I can use it and what I can learn, watch a couple of videos on it, because I have so many programs. I am not even scratching the surface with all the things that I can do. I mean, you could look at Microsoft Word, and I've been using it for how many years? And well over 20. And they're constantly adding things, and I don't even utilize even a third or a quarter or any of what they offer. So it's time to really take that. So after I do my prayers in the morning, and I get up, and then I do my working out, and then I have my breakfast, then I'm going to sit down and really spend 30 minutes a day just going into that. And I actually am also adjusting when I turn my computer on. So after you and I meet, I will turn my computer off for 2 hours. And work on things that I need to work on that are paper related, not computer related. Because I thought that that was an important aspect when in a morning routine, to really readjust, because I work from home and I generally don't take breaks. So that's a break. And even though it's a break, it's still work, because I'll be working on things that are not specific to the computer.
Well, that's good. That brings us right to our next slide. So I think that was perfect. And it is gather all your assets, asset management. You know, Lisa, most people don't manage their assets well. And when you think assets, they think of property, but I want them to think in the terms of your digital assets, your physical assets, and your human assets. And here's the one that I feel is often neglected: your skills assets. Many of us forget to factor in our own personal skills when we're doing an asset assessment. With AI and all the changes that are going on so quickly, when you don't take the time to get clear on the assets that you have to make your business run more efficiently and be more productive, you're doing yourself a disservice.
Oh, and I totally agree. One of the things I do is I'm generally against bios, and everybody feels they need a bio. When I'm doing a presentation, instead of giving out a bio, I actually have a list, just bullets, just a couple of words of the different things I've done over my career, my skills, my assets. And it's amazing how much you realize that you are and you have that you don't think about when you write it out. So take time to write out your skills and your assets, because even if it was 20 years ago, and Brenda and I have had this conversation numerous times, things that she did 30, 40 years ago, she still uses today.
Absolutely.
And it wasn't anything that she thought of, just as most people don't. And that's why having that list will be really beneficial, and it will be able to help you, because sometimes you don't think about some of your skills and you automatically bypass it. But when it's in your top of your head, amazingly enough, you'll use it.
I think the other thing I want to mention before we move to our next one is the fact that having a gathering of assets will also help you begin to focus on your IPA, income producing activities, because many of us are going after shiny objects. And I heard the term yesterday about your attention or your intentions. If you are giving your attention to something, but it's not an intention that's going to help you bring in income, is it really worth the time investment? So make sure when you're gathering your assets, ask yourself, are these assets that I currently possess, be it digital, physical, or human, helping me with my income producing activities? And if they're not, they may need to be eliminated, because all assets are not good assets.
No, and I agree. And if you're somebody who has done a lot of training and you have all of this material and you're like, well, I'm going to create a course with this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. but it's sitting on your computer and you keep going back and downloading more, you know, how much time are you actually wasting, and how much of your drive are you wasting that you do really want to organize it and stop downloading? I realize it's like, I'm terrible. There's this one person I buy from every single time without fail.
Without
He
fail.
puts something out and I will buy it. And I said to myself, I said, starting in January, I'm not buying anything else. I'm going to wait till the end of the year, because at the end of the year, he always puts it all on sale anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm waiting till the end of the year. It doesn't matter how good it is, because he always puts good stuff out with lifetime kind of deals. But I realized that I haven't used 8 of the last 10 things that I bought.
Ooh, don't even mention that.
And
I know Ted McGrath knows me personally. I buy so many of their products. And that was another thing when we talk gather assets. If you would really gather what you have, you'll realize how much you already own. We were just talking this morning. Remember, I told you I use Vista Social, but I had no idea that I had already purchased a social media distribution software a year ago that I never even used, because I shiny object, had a nice deal, and I bought something new. So it's really important to actually write down and have a place to keep track of your assets so that you can check. What I'm doing, Lisa, is I am not only writing down what my assets are, I'm writing down what their capabilities are. That way, when I go to purchase something, I can look through my list and make sure I'm not buying something I already own, or that I already have a program that does what I'm about to pay for again. I have some products. There, one particular thing, I have 6 of them. They all do the similar thing. Now, there are some differences, but the reality is I didn't need 6. And that amounted to about $600 worth of purchases that I did not have to make. So it's important to gather your assets and make sure that you need what you're about to purchase.
And one additional column I would add, which I add to mine, is why I purchased it. There may have been it there. I have several duplicates, but for example, my forms program that I'm currently using, I bought that forms program even though I had 5 others, because this one allows people to update or upload photos and things.
Oh, yeah.
So I listed the reason why I purchased something. That way I can see the distinction in my Excel document.
Well, the reality is most times when I have purchased stuff in the past, which will not be happening in 2024, is FOMO. That fear of missing out is so real because it's newer, it's updated, it's shinier. But the reality is sometimes the old is just as good as this new stuff they're putting out. And just a quick story, Lisa, years ago, when I was so excited when I bought my first wash machine, it was a Maytag. Now, you know, the Maytag wash machines back in the day were known not to break down. I had that Maytag wash machine for almost 40, close to 35, almost 40 years. My mother convinced me to let go of my Maytag and give it to someone who wanted it and buy me this new fancy fangled, I don't know what that is, LG or something like that. Anyway, I have my new high-speed, low-drag wash machine that I hate. It's beautiful. It's stainless steel. It looks wonderful. But what used to take me literally 15 minutes to do a load of laundry, so I could do 4 loads of laundry, honestly, with my old white basic Maytag. That did take a lot of water, but laundry done. It took me half of the morning to do my 4 loads. It takes me an entire day and a half to do 4 loads of laundry. And this new fancy thing with it has to wait. It has to think about, does it want to wash? It's scents in it. It's a nightmare. The lady who currently has my Maytag and has had it for the past, Alex is 23 now. So they've had it for at least 15 years. It's still working, Lisa. I've only put 1 repair on that machine. When I had it, I replaced 1 belt. They don't make stuff like that. So when you're about to buy something new for the shiny object, ask yourself, is the juice worth the squeeze? Just had to put that out there. Okay, next slide. Build your social media. I want you guys to dream big and then dream bigger than that. Lisa, you know I didn't take social media serious because I didn't think it took all that. Although I was everywhere all at once, which was something I do not advise my clients today. I did not understand the power of social media and how it can truly connect you with your clients, with collaborators, and also increase your revenue.
I think I should be silent, plead the Fifth Amendment on social media.
Well, we're not going to go there and put you on blast, so I will take this one. Here's the deal, you guys. When it comes to social media, you have to show up if you want to blow up. How about that?
There you go. And Lisa does not show up. However, in 2024, that is my word for 2024 is implementation. And it was because I was not implementing.
But here's the thing, Lisa, I want to put this out there too, because so many people will tell you have to post every day, every minute, every second. When I first started, they said I had to post 6 times a day if I wanted to get any kind of traction, whatever. I was up from the beginning. I said, nope, not doing it. I committed to doing 1 post a week. And I started there and I was consistent, because consistency over time was the key for me to build what I have now. I also learned I post more now, but I will say in the beginning, when I really was not trying to build, did not have a following like I have now, I wasn't interested in doing that. And the reality is you've been very successful without posting on social media. I have a client that makes well over 6 figures and has not posted on social media since 1997, according to their LinkedIn page. But yet they easily make money because of their clientele is not necessarily they work for the government. So you also have to ask yourself, does your industry or the service or product you provide really require a social media presence to be successful? I have several clients that have no social media presence, but they are multimillionaires. So the reality is you have to see if your base, your tribe, your avatar, your customer, whatever, your ideal client, whatever, are they on social media? I dare say when we start talking about some of you that are executive coach, high level, these people are not sitting on social media. They're too busy. There are other avenues for connecting with them. And the key is to know them where they are. And that's where getting a coach comes in, Lisa. So we're going to go to our next slide, which is get accountable. The principles of accountability, transparency, preparation, response, and reflection and deliberation are real. Oftentimes, people do not invest in themselves to get coaching. And the reason you hire a coach is because there's someone that's already done the work and take you through the whatever it is you're doing and give you the short code. They give you the cheat codes, and the reality is even a coach needs a coach. Both of us have coaches. We are accountability partners for each other. We're accountability partners for other people. And the reality is when people fail to get some accountability, they often do not produce the results that they say they want to get. What do you say about that, Lisa?
And that's true. And I think one of the reasons why people get coaches, it's not always about accountability. Sometimes it's about, and it's more my clients, it's about they're stuck and they're looking for a different perspective. Because when you are so stressed, but yet you have a whole bunch of stuff to do, how can you pull some of that back? And sometimes being on the outside looking in, you can help more people. And because I'm very heavy resource oriented and heavy programs, there are a lot of little productivity tips and techniques that we offer to be able to help people get past that. So it's people get coaches for a variety of reasons. Accountability is one. But absolutely, it's all about what you need. You never are alone. So whether you hire a coach or whether you use a friend as a coach, whether you barter for the coaching program, the reality is you do want somebody who can help you take your business to the next level or even start your business. People in the ideation phase, I will tell you the idea phase for business, they often will struggle alone, where having a portal like yours for $97 a month, that can help guide them and give them the resources they need to even narrow down their niche, which most people, when they start their business, they go huge. So there's a lot of reasons to have a coach.
Absolutely. And then our 6th and final step, Lisa, is your favorite. Take action. What's your action plan? We want you to act. We want you to do collaborations, your strategies, and then your action plan for improvement. Oftentimes, people don't have an action plan, and they're definitely not taking the action necessary to really move the needle to make their business profitable, to make their business thrive, and to be able to scale.
Oh, absolutely. And if you just look at the word act, action changes things. ACT.
Oh, I like that. Action changes things. I like it.
And it really does. If you and you can make a conscious decision not to act. But one of the things I always say is time is not renewable or refundable. If you've made a conscious decision not to act, that time is gone. You're not going to get it back. So think about the cost of not taking action.
And there is a big cost, and so many entrepreneurs are not taking the time to really think through the thought that I think of often. If you don't do anything, right? If you just do what you're doing right now, status quo, I want you to think about, if you're listening or you're watching this on replay, where will you be a year from now if you keep doing what you're doing right now? Or where would you be a year from now if you take these 6 steps? And they are: establish your plan for 2024. Create a daily routine. Gather all your assets, digital, physical, and human. Build your social media plan, dream big, and then dream bigger than that. Deal with the principles of accountability by being transparent, participation, response, and do your reflection and deliberations. And then most importantly, we want you to take action. Lisa, so many people are failing to do these 6 steps, which is why we wanted to talk about this on our last podcast for 2023. I said it right here. Because it's important. And I even wrote an article that details this more than what we've spoken about. And I'm going to be posting it right after this show is over. So for those who are listening, go check out the LinkedIn article that I'm doing about the 6 steps for entrepreneurial sex. Freudian slip. Entrepreneurial success in 2024. Okay, here we go. Lisa, and if you need help with your entrepreneurial success, go to Convene Communities Life Community, where we're leveraging impact for entrepreneurs. It's free and it's open to the public. And free means free. It's cost you nothing to go in there and get access to me, where you can ask questions on the discussion board, get some free training. We also have paid trainings in there also. It also will give you access to the Soulutionist portal. It is your path to gaining knowledge and embarking on your journey to success. At $97 a month for the first 150 people that will be known as the founders, this private group will give you everything you need to take your business to the next level. The number one thing is you will have access to me and to Lisa, so that we can give you real-time, real people support, in addition to the training that we're going to offer there. And it's going to be a lot of fun. You want to get in before the price goes up. Lock in your lifetime monthly access price before the price goes up. Lisa, it's been a good year. And I'm excited about what we're going to be doing in 2024. I hope those of you that are listening today will pay attention to this spot. I have a lot of new guests coming up on the podcast. We took this last few months for just Lisa and I to come here and talk to you, and we will be back talking again. But we also have some entrepreneurs that are making a difference that are going to come on the show. We're going to be bringing you information from the portal. We're going to be bringing you information from Take Action University, because Lisa has a lot of courses that she's putting out there about AI. And before we go, Lisa, tell us briefly about your plans for AI development for executives.
You know, one of the things I was challenged with, as you know, is the way people are using AI. I want people to be able to integrate it into the system. So I've developed 3 different courses. One is just a basic AI for those who are not comfortable with AI and they want to learn how to really use it. And then the other course that I have is for the social media content creators and your social media managers. And the third one is for the executive who wants to figure out how to do strategies and SWOT analysis and really a lot of different structure kind of things that you need in business, whether you're the CEO or senior exec or even executive assistants. Because as an executive assistant, I would have jumped into a class like that.
Yeah.
And so those will be all out there on January 1st. They'll go live. But I really needed to focus on those. We're also going to have we're going to have a leadership one, which is crisis leadership management. And then we're going to have a course out there in reference to team building, because a lot of people need team building, but they don't know how to create team building. So we'll have a course on there about team building as well. Everything is take actionable.
Okay. The thing about this, you guys, this is our last podcast of 2023. And it's been an amazing year. Lisa and I, if you saw the little reel that I did, we're the power team. We've had a blast coming here, bringing you all our different shows about business. And it's going to be business and even more business and a whole bunch of AI in 2024. So you want to keep an eye on this space. Lisa, do you have any final thoughts for the people that may be listening going into this new year?
You know, one thing, and I said this last week as well, and I've said it a lot this week. I don't want anybody to go into 2024 with regrets. You don't go into the new year with anything negative. So if you have any regrets, get them out of the way now. Remember, you can't change it. You can't do anything about it. You can apologize, you can do whatever, but you cannot change what happened. So go into 2024 with a positive mindset, a positive attitude. And just remember, you know, when you fall, you rise, and you're the trampoline. So if you fall, you get back up. You got yourself is also the trampoline.
Thanks, Lisa. Just remember, we're on the final countdown to the new year 2024. I want each and every one of you to tap in to live your best life now. What is now? No opportunity wasted. And remember, the choices you make today will be the reality you live tomorrow. So choose wisely and choose to live your best life now. Be blessed, everyone. See you next year.